threat, if you have a ballistic missile, or you're getting ready to make some nuclear plans, that's imminent. Scott Jennings explains exactly what that is. My computer messed up, but roll it. I'm about to end this stream, guys. I just wanted to check and see if it worked. It does. Okay. Roll it. We're going to just go ahead and watch it. I just jumped in. I feel like, hey, let's watch it.
He's been talking to the press. He has not suggested that there was an imminent.
He absolutely has said that there's an imminent threat of them having ballistic missiles, that they were possibly planning to shoot at U.S. military installations, B, and in the short and medium term, continuing to manufacture ballistic missiles that would allow them to shield a nuclear program that they would not give up. This is a pretty clear rationale.
Let me play.
The bottom line is they don't want them to have ballistic missiles. They don't want them to have a nuclear program. They don't like that their Navy makes trouble for everybody in the Gulf. And that is the stated rationale.
And that's why we sent over a submarine that sent out a torpedo. It hasn't been like that since World War II. That's not silence. That's strength.
Now, you could throw on other things. For the last 47 years, they have killed American troops. They've maimed American personnel. They've exported and funded terror around the world and around the region. And you seem to be suggesting we have no allies in this. I watched the president with the Chancellor of Germany today. He strongly supports what we're doing. The UK is feckless. Spain is feckless. But we have plenty of allies in the region and around the world who know we have done the right thing.
So to be clear, I just want to you just listed a bunch of things. None of them were an imminent attack. But Rena's question.
The ballistic missile, Abby. The ballistic missile is an imminent threat. See, the problem is what I'm having with Abby Phillips and the like and other people that I'm going to play on the show. I just started the show, hey, let's do it. You know, I wasn't going to start the show like this, but I figured that since everything's going out of control and it's going crazy, I have to get on it now before we lose track of things. I have so many videos that I have to show you guys. This is one of them. Welcome to the Jay Rovato Show. Roll it.
Ballistic missiles, Abby. Drones. These are imminent attack weapons.
What proof is there that there were ballistic missiles, that they actually had ballistic missiles that could reach the United States?
Reach U.S. bases. Look at your television. They're falling right now.
Iran has been attacking through their proxies U.S. military bases for some time now. Okay.
Right. You want to keep that going, or
the argument that the administration may be making sometimes is that they might have had capabilities to attack the United States. What about that is imminent?
Are you all? Are you all arguing that they are not?
No.
Were not prepared and are not currently firing?
Here's what.
Okay, and I get Scott's sentiment exactly. What is wrong with Abby Phillips in the panel? If they don't understand what an imminent threat is to the United States of America, even in the embassy has United States American citizens. It has American citizens at the United States Embassy. And so for her not to understand that, either she does not want to understand that, or she's completely and utterly incompetent. Roll it.
Missiles and drones into things?
Actually, it's not that. I mean, everybody understands the threat of Iran.
No, she doesn't understand. She doesn't get it because either she's acting completely stone-headed,
been there,
or she's stoned.
To quote Tom Cotton, for 47 years.
Yeah.
The question is, what changed in the last 30 days?
We got a president that had the balls to take care of it.
I guess that's the question that everybody.
Wow. Once again, this is the most outrageous mind frame to have as an American citizen. Abby Phillips, once again, she does it, and she does it in complete CNN fashion. I mean, it's just stark confusion to me. I don't get it. I really don't understand what her logic is. And this brings me to this clip right here that I've been trying to show you guys all day long. All day. And I don't understand why they talk like this. I don't understand it. But now we're going to find out exactly how they feel about America. This guy right here, he talks about his certain disdain about what's going on and how the president is doing his job and making sure the American citizens are safe in the embassy and the like, and Israel and our allies, because if our allies are not safe, then we're not safe. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, And so Israel would be the gander or the goose, and then we would be either or, vice versa, right? So what I'm saying in total is that it's not important for us to be resistant against help. That's not important. What's important is for us to save lives and civilian lives at that. And maybe it's not the civilian lives that's important to CNN, but maybe their life is important to them. And that's who we're saving. You, Abby Phillips, you, uh, other people on CNN. I don't really follow CNN, but I do for you guys. Okay, we're gonna watch this video, and like I said, I'm completely and utterly confused on why they talk the way they do. Okay, this is CNN. She's interviewing a journalist, and he feels like we are warmongers. He feels like we're at war for no reason. We're just out here shooting missiles with no imminent threat at all. Right? That's how he feels. He's on the side of the people that's in the middle of still liking al Baghdadi and the terrorists in Islam. Okay, my confusion comes when they can't decipher the Ayatollah that was a terrorist. Basically, that was a terrorist regime. The Ayatollah, him and his followers, they are all against America. Okay, excuse me if I couldn't get that out because my brain gets so confused and confuzzled when it comes down to them not understanding what a threat is to America, and then them not wanting to be on the side of Americans. Right? Let's go ahead and roll this clip. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know if this makes sense to you because it doesn't make sense to me. Let's roll it.
And they're ripped to shreds. And in so many instances where people are being pulled out of the rubble, children, saw that school that was hit, and that these people have nothing to do with this conflict. And my heart breaks for them. And my heart, as an American, I'm an Iranian American, it breaks for Americans too, because they don't deserve to be viewed
Utterly ridiculous. Like I said before, guys,
as someone who supports what many believe is a war machine. So
he thinks that we are a war machine. Like, is that not an incompetent thought? Because we are not a war machine. And he knows that. He knows that we're taking care of business. And if we don't take care of business, then we're going to end up being a product of their war machine, right? Like so we're not a war machine. We're more so preventive medication right now. But there can come a time where we're no longer in safe haven and the arms of safety. I think if we would have waited a little bit longer, that would have been us. That scenario would have been us. We would have been waiting and waiting and waiting. We already waited for 47 years, which is tumultuous. It's crazy. I don't understand it, but we've been waiting for so long. And now we've finally done something about it. Okay, let's get back to the video. Roll it.
speaking from the heart, and I appreciate you listening to me, but there has to be a way to make this end. As journalists, we have to hold these people accountable, and we can't let these individuals start a war without them clarifying why. Why is it necessary?
Because we have an imminent threat.
So, Reza, when you talk to people there, and as this is continuing, how do they view the United States? I mean, I guess I'm asking you this. Can you separate it from how they view Israel? But right now, how do they view the United States?
Wow. Well, what kind of question is that? Why would you want to know how the terrorist views the United States of America when they're terrorists? We don't even, that's irrelevant to us. We don't care how they view us. We just want to know when they're going to be gone. We're taking care of business.
Well, first of all, there's 90 million Iranians with 90 million voices. And one of the things that's sometimes amusing being a correspondent.
No, what's really amusing is that you're not saying the truth. He's not completely telling us the truth. The truth of the matter is that there are 90 million, but the other half of those 90 million that celebrate the Ayatollah, they're terrorists. They have the idea and same type of religion that the terrorists have. It's not that hard to understand.
Is someone comes to me and says, what are people thinking? And I don't know what 90 people are thinking. What I can tell you is, some people don't like this government. They don't mind that the supreme leader is gone, and they celebrated his death. But there's millions of Iranians who are mourning his death. They loved him. He was their spirit.
Right, because those people are crazy. Why is this even a conversation? This should not be in the conversation. This conversation should be about us taking the necessary action to protect the American citizens and the embassy and our allies. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Right?
Spiritual leader. And I think most people, millions of others, are just terrified. They feel helpless. And they want this to end. And I think in general, Iranians adore Americans. They're a lot of them are Americanized themselves. They can relate to the culture. It's the government they have an issue with. It's the government.
I'm going to be honest with you, sir. If you can't get down with the government, which provides us our freedom and the ability to act as Americans, then I don't think you can appreciate the Americans, because the reason why we have freedoms and the ability to be who we are in a creative, I guess, fashion that the Iranians think is because we have great leadership, apparently. That's why we're moving in such a way where it looks confusing to the naked eye. We have great leadership right now. That's why we look like the leader on the world stage.
So Reza, when there's so much discussion now trying to understand, has there been a new supreme leader elected? What is the status of that? Who's in charge in Iran? We hear about from things that the foreign minister Aragji has said, which have made it clear that military units, some of them are operating on pre-agreed to plans, but basically in isolation, and that they're pursuing those plans. And there's a real question about who's running the country. Sitting where you're sitting right now in Tehran, do you know who's running the country?
I'm pretty sure they want it to be terrorists.
Is what the power structure is telling you. I think politically, it's the interim.
I'm pretty sure they want another terrorist or the same type of form of a person that was leading the Ayatollah. I'm pretty sure they want the same type of person, type of energy that was leading the Ayatollah at one point in time. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Roll it. Yeah.
Leadership council that's running the country. And then you have the military structure. And they've made it clear that there is no central command at this point. And that's done intentionally. Their strategy is something that's called...
I think he should stay right where he is. I think he, honestly, because what he said earlier, it just disturbed me so much that I had to do this live video. I think he should take all the support that he has for the in-between people that don't understand what an imminent threat is and how we pretty much saved a lot more people than we, could have saved. If we did not do this, if we didn't take this action, if we did not go about this in the way that President Trump usually goes about things. Okay? We're going to roll it.
Structure is telling you. I think politically, it's the interim leadership council that's running the country. And then you have the military structure. And they've made it clear that there is no central command at this point, and that's done intentionally. Their strategy is something that's called a decentralized mosaic strategy. which is an approach where you have in each province, forces in each province granted autonomy and independence. So if one of them is neutralized, the other ones keep going. In other words, there is no head of the snake to cut off. And that's how they're explaining.
All right. So, like I said before, it looks like these guys are excited about there is no head of the snake. He seems like a supporter of what the Iranians are doing. I don't know. I can't say too much about how he feels, but this video really disturbed me. I can't understand why he came on to support such a calamity as Iran. And even to know what they were trying to do, even to know how they were operating and what capabilities that they had, it's impossible to me, in my eyes, to think that he would come on here and even defend the minimum of what the Iranians were doing, the Ayatollah was doing. It just boggles my mind. I can't understand it. I just can't understand it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to another video that really confused me also, but it gave me yes, here it is. And this is how we're going to end the video. Thank you for joining the J. Rado Show. One moment. Hold on. One moment. Hold on. One moment. You guys must see this. Wait. Of course, we're going to have technical issues right now. Of course. One moment. It's worth staying, guys. It's worth staying. I guarantee you. Okay? It's worth it. It's worth it. Someone just lost their job. And who made this video? It's made my day.
Must have on a beat, bro, deep boat, any rap, he a freak though, man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like keys, what's up with these, I'm sliding, I'm riding.
Thank you for joining the J. Ravato Show. Until next time, and as always, I love you, and you know I do. This was a very random, very random live. I didn't mean to do it so random and pop-up-ish, but I did. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to do this again without so many nicks and crannies and bends and corners. And we're going to do this again in the most awesome way. We just got some more people to join. You guys want to see the video? Okay. It's 3 people that just joined, and I'm going to show them the video because I like people and I love people and I want them to be entertained. You guys stay real quickly, and here you go.
He a freak though, man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like keys.
Yes. Okay. Right now. Wow. Ah, man. If that doesn't make me feel amazing, oh, so
the country that just did what they did. So for you to sit here and act like you just didn't say, you know, what country are you talking about? What country, you know, because
let's
right
watch this
before
clip because it's relevant to right now. Isn't that odd and just perfect for content creation? Let's watch this clip and end it on this one because this is exactly what we're talking about right now. Mr. Lovely, Mr. Fantastic. Some people don't like this guy. He's all right with me. All right, let's see what he's talking about. This is a very embarrassing moment for CNN. As always, you guys enjoy.
Because right before we went to break, you asked me what country was I living in. This one that we just went through. You should be the country that did here. The country that just did what they did. So for you to sit here and act like you just didn't say, you know, what country are you talking about? What country, you know, puts people in jail wrong? What country enslaves folks, which is pretty much the prison system. What country does this? You can't possibly be a history buff and also say that as well.
Let me give you how bad it can be. The Romans used to burn to the ground.
You can't never give me how bad it could be. You could never give me how bad it could be. I live it on a daily basis, baby. I live it on a daily basis, honey.
They were bad dudes.
I live it on a daily basis. You can never tell me how bad it could be. But I would encourage you to actually be the history buff that you claim that you are, and really get some understanding. It's not about me. I'm not going nowhere. I'm saying right here. You don't need to give me no reason.
Wait.
Hold
on.
You're like North.
Let me tell you something about this hair right here, and this face and this eyebrows right here. Okay, black women take offense to everything, and they do no wrong. Inside of their mind, they do no wrong, but you better not offend them. And I'm talking about most of the black women. Not all of them, but most of them.
Guys, because right before we went to break, you asked me what country was I living in. This one that we just went through.
That's hilarious. This one that we just went to. Attitude, no gratitude. We're running through the clips today, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The View. Getting embarrassed. We're going to just run through the clips. And what I want to talk about real quick before I play this. Look at this. She comes on The View. When she does come on The View, it's usually to correct them and get them in order. Sometimes The View has an eye-opening moment. And I think this is one of them. Why don't we just go ahead and roll the clip so I can stop talking?
Why you keep calling this like an undocumented attack, that you don't agree with the war, and illegal, unconstitutional. So did you believe it was illegal in April of 2011 when the Office of Legal Counsel memo stated from President Obama that the president has constitutional authority to direct the use of military force in Libya because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest prior. Congressional approval was not constitutionally required to use military force in these operations. Where were you then complaining?
I agree. Well, I wasn't on the show then.
No, but personally, would you have stood against that?
I was at home complaining. No, I wasn't complaining because the Office of Legal Counsel was involved. And the Office of Legal Counsel...
This came after.
But the Office of Legal...
She said, where were you at this time, in this moment of history? She was at home complaining.
Counsel is the office in the Department of Justice, because I worked at the Department of Justice, that reviews these things and makes legal determinations. This president doesn't go through the Office of Legal Counsel. This president does not go to Congress. Congress has the power to to approve wars. This Congress has the power of the purse. This president is acting more like a king than anything else. He's the commander-in-chief, but he is not a king.
So what she wanted us to do is wait 47 more years in order for us to show what type of logic we are willing to use in a situation where they're constantly threatening the lives of American citizens. Roll it.
And so I think that this should have gone through Congress. I think that the American embassies should have been notified so that American citizens in the Middle East would have been able to get to safety. I don't think that this was done appropriately. I maintain that this is illegal and unconstitutional.
Do you like the result?
But
do you like the result?
No, I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't
would rather the regime head and those 40, 18 leaders
I think
be
it's
in
very
place.
easy to
This is going to be a longer conversation. Since this is going to be a longer conversation, we're going to take a break today, and we're going back, and we'll be right back.
She just now says she did not like the outcome. So basically, as we all know, that CNN and The View are like Whoopi Goldberg and her friends. They don't like prosperity and success in the United States of America. That's one of the things that they are not too fond of. They would rather us just go down. I don't know what's going to happen to them. They're American citizens also, but they would rather us go down in history as the worst country with the worst people ever. They would rather chant and hooray for Palestine, not America. They want us to be somewhere 47 years in the rear. But why would we wait? You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Was this a good move for America? Of course it was. But that's what I think. You let me know what you think. This has been the Jay Bravado Show. And until next time, well, I love you.